Hi, welcome back to Hot Topics TV, y'all. Just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell next to the subscribe button so you're notified every time a new video goes up on Hot Topics TV. I just covered the details of this court case on my other channel, which is souflotv. If you want to hear all the details, like what R. Kelly's lawyer said in court and what some of the alleged victims said to him in court right before his sentence was handed down for 30 years and how he reacted, then go watch that video on souflotv, which is my bigger channel on YouTube. Over here, though, I'm just going to let loose about how I really feel about this whole R. Kelly thing. But I never said this on souflotv. So this is your material here for this channel, Hot Topics TV. Yeah, man, R. Kelly just got 30 freaking years. 30 years with a 3 and a 0. Now here's the frigged up thing. Frigged is a Jamaican word, but or maybe it's not. But anyhow, here's the messed up part. He has 2 more cases to fight in 2 different states, and it's looking like, because they're the same, pretty much the same type of charges, so it's looking like he could very well go to these 2 and get 30 years again and 30 years again. Now, if each one of them gives him another 10, 20, 30, obviously he's going to be looking at 40, 50, 60 years in prison altogether. And if he's got to do 60, and listen, R. Kelly is done, okay? R. Kelly is done. For those of us who grew up in the height of his success, I Believe I Can Fly and all that other stuff, for those of us who watched him go from a panhandler, a nobody, to becoming the superstar that he became, and then to see this fall from grace, like he fell from so friggin' far. My grandmother used to say, look, reach for the stars, baby. Or she said, reach for the stars. And if you miss, you'll still land among the clouds. That means you won't be low on the ground. R. Kelly was in the stars. He friggin' missed the clouds. He hit the damn ground. He went through the ground. He is under the ground. They're about to bury him. One of my commenters said they not only convicted him, they erased him. 30 years once. Here's the thing. I have a lot of people that are questioning my blackness because I said that R. Kelly pretty much fell on his own sword. He pretty much walked into this. I said that if I was R. Kelly back in 2008, when he had like 16 friggin' child pornography charges against him, and it went to court, and he was making hundreds of millions of dollars at the time, I would have moved out of the United States of America already after beating those charges. I don't know what was going through his head. I don't know if he thought, I beat that, and that was 16 charges or something, so I can beat anything. I'll never get caught for this. I would be a hypocrite, man. Back then, I was a young kid. I was a young teenager. Today, I am a grown man with a family of my own, that I'm a father of 2. And I saw that video. I was living in Brooklyn, New York at the time, and they were, they were walking around selling the VHS tape, because that's what we had back then, VHS tape, and then DVDs came out, and you used to have your little portable DVD player, and I bought the tape because I wanted to see if it was this famous person, and it was. We all saw it. I'll never forget watching R. Kelly piss on that little girl, and no matter how you wanted to deny it, he was pissing on a little girl, and it was a little girl. Some kind of deal got made back then where that little girl and her parents disappeared. They went on some long shopping spree and a tour of Europe because R. Kelly and his team paid them off, and they didn't want to work with law enforcement. Well, guess what? That same little girl and her family came back later on to say, look, we were coerced, But yes, it was me in the video. And yes, it did go down like that. Come on, man. The fucked up thing about all this is, inside of the black community, I've been trying to tell some people that this is an issue within the black community. Especially if somebody has clout, money, fame, that type of stuff, or is in a position of power. We normally find other people in the community willing to rally around them to defend them. They will even like put the victims down. Even when the victims come for, and I know we live in a messed up world, and R. Kelly had a lot of sharks coming at him. And let me make this clear. I am not sorry for all the grown ass women that were chasing Robert R. Kelly for his fame, because they wanted a man that was famous and that had a lot of money. And some of them were convinced that they could become Mrs. R. Kelly, or at least his side chick that was a kept chick, meaning he would fly you out, vacations, put money in your bank account, give you a nice car and a condo somewhere. I won't deny that there are those types out there, and I don't feel sorry for any of the grown women that made that decision and then end up getting caught in some weird shit with R. Kelly. But any of the underaged children that were involved in this, coerced, I feel for them. I feel for them. And it's time that us as a people stop like worshiping people's celebrityness or celebrityhood, and stop worshiping their wealth and their success, and stop using that to silence victims. R. Kelly walked right into this shit. It's sad to see somebody so talented, so gifted, get locked away in prison for the rest of his life. The talk from his family, especially his brother that was close to him, is that he's not going to make it. Given these kind of sentences, Robert's not going to make it. He said he's going to find a way to commit suicide, to kill himself, because he's not cut out for this. I know him. Well, so be it. But he walked into that shit. He could have avoided that. R. Kelly was supposed to start dating senior fucking citizens after beating those charges in 2008. He was supposed to stay as far away from anybody that was too young, because that's what convicted him. He was supposed to stay as far away from anybody that was too young. You see, if R. Kelly's victims were all grown women, it would have been easy for his attorneys to sell a story that said, listen, R. Kelly is famous, he's wealthy, he's seen as a sex symbol, his music probably is a byproduct of, or has been responsible for, making a whole lot of babies. Okay? However, we understand how these women think. And he has a lot of groupies. And these are groupies who got promised things and got fucked and got sent on their way, and they didn't get the things they promised. They were promised, so now they're upset. His attorneys could have made that argument in court, and it probably would have went good for him. But there were too many children involved, too many underaged people involved, youngsters involved. I remember R. Kelly getting released, and they tracked him, and when he got released, he went like a creature of habit. He went right back to the friggin' McDonald's. That there was a story about that McDonald's, like he used to hang out at the McDonald's. People used to be like, damn, he's a multi-platinum selling, Grammy winner, famous, world famous. He'll get off tour. He'll come back to the city. He'd case the hood. He'd look for poor or underprivileged black girls in that neighborhood. And he knew that after school, they all hung out around that McDonald's, and he would frequent that McDonald's. That was in his report, in the affidavit that was used against him. And they let him go one of the times they caught him, and he went right back to the friggin' McDonald's as a grown man recently, before he got convicted, before he got locked up. I don't think R. Kelly could help himself. I think in some way he was crying out for help, like, please stop me because I can't stop me. And let's not forget, there's a whole lot of videos out there. When they raided his houses, they found lots and lots of videos. So he was documenting what he was doing also. And he got caught up. Now, who don't like it? It is what it is. Stay away from friggin' underage children or underage people with your children. If you're not at the legal age of consent, then that means you're committing a crime. If they are not at the legal age of consent, you are committing a crime. Anything after that is business between two adults that can be debated in court. R. Kelly fucked himself royally. I'm going to leave it right here. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about R. Kelly and his situation, and let's get to talking about this. I'll catch you on the next video. It's Hot Topics TV. Don't forget, if you want to hear all the details about what was said in court, what the victims or some of the alleged victims said to him, what he said or how he reacted when the judge read his sentence, and what his lawyers had to say, then go watch the video over on souflotv, which is my other channel. Hit that subscribe button. It's Hot Topics TV. Y'all already know, if the topic is hot, we're on it. I'm out. Peace.